Hey everyone, welcome to Alpha Insights. I'm Cassidy.
And I'm Neva. Great to have you with us. And hey, if you have questions while you're listening, drop them at stockalpha.ai.
Quick housekeeping. US markets were closed on Saturday, so the last trading session was Friday, February 13th. If you're thinking about trades, check quotes for final closes as of that session before you act.
Okay, on to the big theme this week. Policy momentum for hemp and some mixed state-level outcomes for cannabis. In short, the federal picture loosened a little, and several state rulings eased short-term risks, even as Colorado moves toward tougher testing.
Right. Starting with the federal side. House Ag leadership rolled out a draft of the 2026 Farm Bill that explicitly aims to reduce regulatory burdens for industrial hemp. That kind of language isn't a law yet, but it signals lawmakers want clearer, lighter compliance for hemp producers and processors.
Exactly. And for investors, that matters because clearer federal statute can lower legal and operational risk. And that can unlock more capital into cultivation and processing. The key milestones to watch are committee markup schedules and whether those hemp provisions survive edits on the floor.
On the state front, Minnesota just got a win for retailers. An administrative judge found the state shipping ban didn't actually prohibit mailing hemp products, which restores an important sales channel for direct to consumer businesses.
That's a practical win. Shipping matters for inventory, returns, and small retailers who don't have physical footprints everywhere. But a quick caveat, the agency could appeal, so keep an eye on court dockets before you assume it's settled statewide.
Missouri delivered a short term reprieve, too. A push to tighten limits on intoxicating hemp ran into a filibuster in the state Senate, so that immediate change is off the table for now. It preserves current sales channels while the legislative debate continues.
So between Minnesota and Missouri, a lot of the near-term legal downside for growers and retailers just eased. But it isn't all sunshine. Colorado is heading the other direction on enforcement.
Right. Colorado regulators are proposing changes to sampling and testing rules after investigative reporting exposed sample fraud. They're talking about limiting manufacturer control over which samples get tested and possibly tougher penalties for bad actors.
That has a split impact. In the short term, it increases compliance costs and could pressure margins for some operators and testing labs. Long term, though, cleaner testing builds consumer trust and reduces recall risk, which should be good for reputable brands and the overall sector.
If you own companies in the space, favor operators with strong compliance records and healthy cash reserves. They adapt faster to stricter sampling and testing rules. Also, watch upcoming quarterly reports and same-store sales to see whether policy clarity actually translates into revenue.
For folks tracking the market sector, keep an eye on the advisor shares Pure U.S. Cannabis Exchange Traded Fund and names like Truliev, Green Thumb Industries, Curaleaf, and Tilray. Those are typically sensitive to policy headlines around distribution and testing.
And a reminder on timing. Follow the Farm Bill's committee work closely, watch Colorado's public comment deadlines and draft language, and track state legislative calendars for Missouri and neighboring states. Any of those moves can shift allocation decisions.
Also, remember, legal risk can reappear. Minnesota's ruling could be appealed, and other states might take different approaches to shipping. So don't overgeneralize one state's result into a national trend just yet.
All right, quick recap. Policy momentum in Washington and favorable state rulings have reduced some near-term regulatory risk for hemp. Colorado's testing overhaul could raise costs short-term but strengthen the market's durability longer-term. Stay selective and favor companies with compliance and balance sheet strength.
Got it. Those are our top takeaways. And if you want to dig deeper, we've got resources and more analysis waiting for you. Got questions? We'd love to hear from you. Head over to stockalpha.ai where you can ask us anything and we'll answer live. And while you're there, check out more market content.